Hello, welcome to the Emerton Elementary School Library Media Center. I am Miss Lauer, the librarian of Emerton Elementary School. We have a second librarian, Miss Kimberly Hayward, who works on Mondays at Emerton Elementary School. We also have a library media technician, Mrs. Jennifer Simon. Her days are Monday, Tuesday, and alternating Fridays. The children of Emerton Elementary School attend library or media class each week for 45 minutes. Within the 45-minute class time, children are being provided instruction based on the Harford County Library curriculum. And the units are as follows. One unit is called Information Navigation, which is concentrating on library skills. The second unit is concentrating on digital citizenship. The third unit is concentrating on research. And the final unit is named Make and Create. And it does provide aspects of basic coding. The skills build from year to year. When students receive a report card, there is an area on the report card where they receive a grade for library media. The grades are consistently evident, evident, developing, not evident, and not assessed. The grades are determined by the class activities, participation, and that could be volunteering or how they're participating within their small group. We also look at their book return because it's being responsible to the library and following those original library skills that are being taught at the beginning of the year about being remembering to bring that book each week so that they can participate in that part of library of looking for new materials. Each unit will be focusing on a different set of skills. So you may have one report card where your child is coming home with consistently evident, and then the next report card they may come home with evident. That would be based on the fact that the next unit has different skills and your child may not have been able to show through their work that level of consistently evident. Or your child may one quarter have a developing because they are still comprehending and working hard to get those skills. And the next quarter, it jumps all the way up to consistently evident, simply because that next unit is something that your child is really just understands, takes to, and has a great idea behind. When your child does come to library each week, within the 45-minute class time, in addition to the instruction, there is an amount of time that is set aside for your child to use the library like a public library. They are able to browse an area or look for a specific book, depending on their interest, to pick out and take home with them. At the beginning of the year, our kindergarten friends don't begin selecting right at the very first couple weeks. They are starting to learn the area, the room, the routines, and the process of finding a book, getting through the checkout line, and being responsible for bringing it back and forth each week. First grade students will begin by selecting one book, and as the year progresses, mid-year, we will start having them select not just one, but two books, so that by the end of the school year, first graders will be taking home two books with them each week. Second through fifth grade students will begin the year looking for two books and bringing back two books each week. When we do that book selection time, we're really trying to help your child look at the material that they're picking out and think about what they are reading while they are in the classroom to work on that idea of this would be a just right book for me, something where it's a story and words that is what we call on their level. While they're reading it, it's an easy flow. they're comprehending the story and they're enjoying it. Now, there's also that time where, hey, I want something really exciting and I want to look at the pictures in the nonfiction books on that because that's my interest. And we know that students have these great interests and we want to make sure that they can find books in the Media Center for that. So your child may come home every now and again with something that you're wondering, oh, wow. But it is because something about it struck them and it was of their interest, and maybe it's a little challenging, but we know that that book was the item of the moment that your child was truly very interested in. Now, sometimes your student who's older may come home with a book and you're wondering, what? You brought that home from the library? Sometimes our older students like to revisit old favorites from when they were younger, or they had an old favorite that they really enjoyed and they wanted to make sure that a younger sibling also got to experience that great story. Each child comes to the library each week, and with that, the expectation is that they will return whatever they checked out from the week before the next week they come to class. If a student doesn't finish the item that they had checked out, they can do something called renew, which means they bring it to school and they bring it to library class with them, and we rescan it and check it out to them. We do have a procedure in the morning that we have bins in the classrooms that have library for that day, and the students can just drop their book in there if they're not renewing it. And then we have helpers who help bring them to the library in the morning. Sometimes your child may finish their book before their library time, and we are open between 8:30 and 9. They do need to have their teacher's permission to leave the classroom before they just come to the library and exchange books. Sometimes it's hard for students to remember to bring back what they have checked out, or truthfully, with so many great books that they may have forgotten which books they've checked out from our library. So if there is a student who has forgotten their books, we will be printing out a notice, and it's just a little reminder notice to hand to the student so that they can put it in their agenda or have it in their book bag to know that this is what I'm looking for at home and this is what I need to bring back to the library. Thank you so much for visiting the Emerton Elementary Library Media Center. I can't wait to work with all of your children and just have a great year with them, learning and growing and reading great stories. If you have any questions, please contact us at the emails listed on this slide. I am Peggy Lauer, the Library Media Specialist who is assigned to Emerton 5 days a week. Kimberly Hayward is the librarian who is here on Mondays and works with some of the children, and Jennifer Simon is our media technician. If you have any questions for any of us, as I said, please feel free to reach out. We look forward to hearing from you.